Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And big shout out to our HHDG Media Inc. crew, Rock Vader KB, Skelly Top, T. Smith, the Mayor, and myself, Wiki. It's a new release Friday, so I'm just going to mention one out of so many, and that is the Cypress album, Back to Black, produced entirely by Detroit's own Black Milk. No, we talked about this last year when they released the first single, Champion Sound. So if you look at that website at the bottom, hhdgmedia.com, we posted about it last year that it was coming, and here it is. Very dope album. And to keep it Cali, our next guest is from California. And I say he's a triple threat, but he might be more than that. We'll find out. He's definitely has been grinding and working his way up, getting a lot of notoriety right now with his features and his production. And he always lays some little scratches on his tracks. And he's worked with a lot of well-known MCs, in this game. Some in the underground and some well-seasoned veterans. He's definitely making a name for himself. And I'd probably say within the past, maybe 4 years now, he definitely is on the come up. And we're going to talk about some of the projects that he's produced for other artists, as well as his own debut, where his production was on display with some dope MCs on it. And he is coming out of Oxnard, California. BodyBagBen. What's up, man?
Yo, peace. You hear me?
Oh, yep.
So something's messed up on your end, man. Sounds like you're talking in like super duper slow mo.
Let me see. Everything looks all right over here. Let me change something real quick.
Nah, something ain't
Still
clicking.
Not good.
Might have to. Right. Maybe if I jump out and jump back in, maybe that'll do it.
Oh, okay. You try that real quick.
All right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in.
All right. While we're seeing what's going on, little technical difficulties, I'm gonna make sure we shout out our Facebook hip hop discussion group, HHDG, tuning in. Check out that Mike Madness tournament we got going on. Pick your favorite lyricists. See who's gonna make it to the top.
Something ain't right.
How's it now? Still the same?
Let me see, man. I don't know, bro. Something ain't right. Let's see. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. You're loud and clear.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is, G. It sounds like you're talking in fucking sounds like you sound like a demon and shit. Something ain't clicking. I'm not sure if it's on my end or yours, but I got full bars where I'm at.
Yeah, let me change the mic.
I don't know, man.
I'm on.
It's just sounding kind of crazy right now.
How does it sound right now?
I don't know, man. I can't understand one word you're saying.
Wow. Yeah, I changed the microphone and see if that might work.
Nah, something ain't right.
All right, let me try this for a second. Hold on. Okay, how's it now?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's still sounding like super duper slow mo when you talk.
All right, let me log out real quick. Y'all just stay tuned
Yeah,
for a second.
I don't know.
Okay, how's it sound now?
Oh man, there you are. Yeah, now I can hear you.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, no, that shit was sounding crazy.
Cool, cool. All right, so let's get this interview started.
Yeah, sir. Thank you for having me, man. And I I'm always excited to people sharing their platform with me and everything like that. So I'm definitely appreciative, and I'm glad we got the sound right.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Now, I've been. I think I caught your attention like early. Like I
Yeah,
think when
man.
you
I
released it,
remember. Yeah, I remember.
Danielson's.
Yeah, talking with you fucking years ago, man. And you're good, bro, man. And I'm glad you've kind of seen it grow from um, the small little wave that I had back then to what it's kind of blossomed into now, man. So I definitely salute you for kind of rocking with me since day one, bro. That means a lot.
Definitely, yeah. Try and keep my ear out there, and then find something that sounds like this is dope. I need
Yeah,
to
man.
keep checking for more of this.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, bro. For real, that means a lot to me, man.
Yeah. So tell us when you became a triple threat. How did that formulate to?
uh, I'll be honest with you, man. I started like messing around with music and playing instruments and messing around with turntables and all that stuff and beatboxing and doing all those things when I was like shit, man. I had to be like 11, 12 years old, you know what I mean? And MCing was like the last thing that was like on my mind, you know what I mean? That wasn't
Mhm.
even that wasn't even a thing yet. I was still learning about music and finding music and just a complete fan, just completely like blown away by some of this stuff that I was finding, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of like the whole my life for shit. I'd say until I was like 15, probably something
Mhm.
like that. Somewhere in there, 15, 16, maybe 15. I can't remember exactly how old I was. I was a kid. I was young. But I used to have a lot of older homies and shit. I got an older brother, so I hung out with older people and shit all my whole life, and they were all into hip hop. They were all really dope, really dope MCs, freestyle. We go to parties and these dudes would just be killing shit. You know what I mean? And I'd be in the back like, man, I want to do that. So I would be at home just working, just trying to write as much shit as I can, and none of it made sense. But you know what? That's how it started. I had
Mhm.
the early. I wish I had some of those rhyme books, man. So I go back and be like, what the fuck was that? What was that? But you know, everyone has to start somewhere, man. We're not all
Yeah.
like Shaheem the rugged child, you know what I mean? 12 years old, you know, just born to rap. You know, you got to learn how to do it first. You got to learn how to you know, cultivate your own sound and find the things that inspire you. Um and then find your voice. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. You gotta have a nice voice, man. And you know, there's a couple guys that get away with it, you know, having annoying ass voices, but you know, they could still rhyme and shit, so they could get away with it. Um, but I would say, you know, it didn't, and even now, you know, I'm being completely humbled and modest, and I'm not, I don't, I don't think I am a triple threat, to be honest with you, man. I think that I'm very fortunate enough to be able to craft things and put things together um, the way I want to do it, with
Mm.
the ability that I have to do it because of all those years of training. I spent years and years and years, countless years, just working on it, working on it, working on it. And I put it away for a little bit. You know what I mean? I put the hammer down for a little bit, and I came back to it, and I put it back down again. I came back to it, and I feel like every time I came back, I came back with a different, another chip on my shoulder. I came back with a scar. I came back with, a missing eyeball. You know what I mean? You know, every time I came back, you know, life humbled me. You know,
Mm.
going through real life and kind of going through those ups and downs. You know, things that make you a man and things that make you a just a person who appreciates waking up in the morning and being alive. Um, that those kind of things, those kind of lessons that you learn, man, like bringing that to the studio and getting that off of you, um it's therapeutic, you know what I mean? Like when I go in and I go to record, man, it's like a therapy session, you know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes I go back in time and reminisce on things that got me to that point, and that's what I say. I'm the most, that's the real threat, is
Mm.
you're listening to the authentic me right now. And when I put that on wax, that's me still. You know what I mean? And it took years to get that, man. It took years. I'm almost 40 years old. You know what I mean? And we're talking about, I started trying to rap when I was 15. You know, that's a long time ago. A long time ago. It's 25. You know, 25, almost 25 years. And music is one of those things. It's like a splinter in your mind. It's just, you gotta try to get it out somehow, man. And you know,
Yeah.
for anybody that's going to be watching this, and you know, artists just in general, you know, the shit could drive you mad. I mean, look at like Van Gogh, fucking got chopped his ear off, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? Like the people, you know, it can drive you crazy. You know what I mean? So I think the real threat is staying grounded, not dehumanizing myself. I'm a man. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a human being first,
Mm.
and then music comes way after all of that. You know what I mean? So that's the real threat.
There you go. Mm. And being that you said you were off again and then, back on a few times, that right there is a struggle in itself.
Oh yeah, big time, man. Like it's to get the confidence back. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because it takes a lot of confidence, and without being over egotistical and just cocky and big headed. You know, some people like that shit. Whatever. I'm not like that, dude. I'm a humble guy, because if I'm not like that in real life, I'm not gonna try to portray myself like that, you know, on a record or whatever. Even though we talk about shooting guns, killing people, and this and that, I ain't never killed anybody. 98% of everyone you listen to has never killed anybody. You know, it just sounds good when you're fucking spitting that shit. You know what I mean? And but the real thing is finding the confidence again to put put yourself out there. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
to be judged. And a lot of people say, "I don't give a fuck. I don't give a." Yes, yes, you do, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be, you know, looking on social media. You wouldn't be looking for validation from a OG. You wouldn't be doing this or that or the other thing to try to get that self gratification, because you do care, and it takes confidence, and it takes someone who's realistic to admit that. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people, they think being vulnerable, or just being like true about your emotions and your feelings, they think that that's like fucking soft, you're being soft, or it's not gangster, or whatever the fuck, whatever lame analogy people want to put on it. Nah, man, it's just about being your authentic self, having confidence in yourself, and building that foundation, and putting your music out, and being open to criticism. You know, I'm not sitting here right now telling you that I think every song that I put out, or every record that I put out, people are gonna like. Nah, I already know that. You know what I mean? And to do you one better, I don't want everybody to like it. There's a reason why I don't sell beats on Beat Stars or whatever that is. There's a reason
Mhm.
why I don't do a lot of features. There's a reason why I don't like solicit my stuff for money, because I want it to be exclusive. I want it to mean something at the end of the day. I don't want it to be like, oh, there's a million BodyBagBen verses out there. What's so special about that?
Mm.
No, I want to have
Yeah.
some rare gems. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, I want there only to be a small handful of things out there. You know, I don't need the money. I don't do music for money. If I did, I'd be eating fucking top ramen every day, living at my mom's house on the floor, sleeping on the floor somewhere. You know, I got a real career. I get up in the morning and I go handle my business every day as a man, as a provider for my house. So that's the reality of it. And doing what I do on my off time, like I said, I'm humble, and I'm lucky enough to have been gifted with the ability to make music. So
Mhm.
I want to treat that shit like it's play that shit as close to the chest as I possibly can. You know what I mean? And there's a reason. There's a reason why you're never going to see a million BodyBagBen verses, or a million BodyBagBen beats out there. I'm gonna go on record. It's never going to happen. I turn down people every day. I'll pay you 500, 600, 750. No, I'm okay. Good luck. Thank you for
Mhm.
wanting to, but no.
There you go. Now, you obviously had a plan, and with that plan, you wanted to make sure that you were building an audience, building some, you know, certain websites and artists and fans, paying attention
Yeah,
when before you put out the season that your debut.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, and I actually had an interview yesterday, and I had one before, and the day before that too, and it, like I said, it almost seems like just poof out of like thin air, this guy appears, right, and just started putting out all this music, and now I'm here and this and that. Nah, man. Yeah, okay. It seems like, yeah, it's 5 years, but 25 years in the making. You know what I mean? Like, this was the last hoorah. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like, before I put out the season, I didn't own one piece of studio equipment. Not one. I didn't even have a fucking table to put studio equipment on. That's how like far away I was from it, because I didn't care anymore. I was over it, man. I was done. I was just nothing. I didn't even think about it. I was like, that's those days are behind me now. When I met my lady, um, and I said it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it again. She is the reason I got back into it. So everyone could thank her. There'd be nobody back then without my soon to be wife. And that's real shit because she asked me, we're sitting there one time. She's like, "What do you do for fun? Like, what's a hobby or what do you like to do?" And I was like, I used to do music and this and that. And I just totally downplayed it. Just like, just like whatever. And she was like, "Why don't you do that shit anymore?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You know what? You're right. I don't really have no real reason why I don't." And it's funny. I went to fucking Guitar Center like that weekend and bought like $5,000 worth of shit, and started making beats again. And I started rhyming again. And I got back into it. You know what I mean? And probably like I'd say 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, I had everything for the season done. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this shit? I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I got all these beats, and I wasn't really trying to rhyme again. I was like, what am I gonna do? So, I knew Daniel's son. I was listening to Ito. I was listening to a lot of the underground dudes already. So, on some humble shit, I just started reaching out to folks. Yo, I'm a producer from Oxnard. I'm down to work. Let's work. Let's collab. Let's do this. Let's do that. And this was right before, this was 5-6 years ago now, before them dudes, started doing the DJ Muggs albums and, signed to Griselda and, this and that and the other thing. So them dudes were all real, like, easy going and real, like, on some humble shit. Not saying that they're not humble anymore, but like it was organic to build, working relationships with them dudes.
At the same time as you were coming
Yeah,
up.
same time as me. And they already had their, they were already doing their shit. Ito, Danielson, Rome, Rome Streets or Riggs and all them dudes, they're probably after it, years before me. I'm not saying how many years, but definitely years before me. I was playing catch up, and I'm still playing catch up. But I think putting that project together was an eye opener for me, because I like to build with people. You know what I mean? I like to collaborate. I think that opens up a whole different type of Pandora's box of creativity for me. But it also reminds me why I don't fuck with people at the same time, because some of these dudes are egomaniacs. Some of these guys are fucking lazy, and they just want to take your money and run. You know what I mean? Like, they just want to get the money. They'll send back some bullshit fucking verse that sounds like shit. You got to do all kinds of, you got to do magic to make it sound good, and it that was my first taste of it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, that's how some of these dudes move. Shit, why the fuck ain't somebody calling these cocksuckers out? You know what I mean? So, I let it slide. I put out the album. People liked it. I did, I did a music video for it with Danielson, which was a complete fucking disaster. That song wasn't even supposed to be done. And the director who did it I'm not even going to get into that shit, man. It was just more drama, more bullshit. I'll just say it like that. So there's a reason why, whatever. But so I did the season, and I was like, all right, this is going pretty good. I like it. I like making beats. I'm all right at it. I'm not saying I'm no fucking Primo or RZA or nothing like that, but people seem to like what I'm doing. So I kept going. You know what I mean? I kept going. I said, fuck it, let's keep the party going. I can't remember which one I did next. I think I did
Integrity.
Yeah, I think I did Integrity right after with Ito. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Dude, there's not a lot of those floating around anymore, man. I got like 2 left, and I think Copenhagen has like a small handful left. And that, to be honest with you, man, that's probably still one of my favorite albums. Just because I didn't make beats for it. I produced on it. I studied Ito's voice. I studied the flow, and I tailored everything around that, because he got that slow, gritty, grimy, he's like a walking idiom dictionary, you know what I mean? But on some real street gentleman shit. And he speaks to you, man, and I wanted the beats to do the same, you know what I mean? So I wanted it. I wanted to produce, you know what I mean? And that was the first album where I dusted off the keyboard, I dusted off the bass, I dusted off the guitar. You know what I mean? And I played instruments on it. You know, sure, I cut up some samples on some joints, but there's like 2 or 3 on there where there's no samples. I played it. I played everything, and
Nice.
I was able to get a verse on it. You know, to be honest with you, that verse that I did on it, it wasn't supposed to be on there. So that was actually the first, like, kind of like my first introduction into the little hip hop scene, the underground, where he's like, oh shit, he raps too. All right. And they already knew I DJ'd because from the season, you know, I opened up with that shit. Everything's cutting, it's
Yep.
going crazy. But I sent them the beat. And like I just wanted to hear how it would sound with someone rhyming on it. Because I wasn't sure if he would like it. So I was like, yo, I did a little fucking 30 bar verse or whatever it was. And I was like, I'll take that shit off. I just wanted to hear how if you fuck with it. He was like, nah. He goes, we're rocking with that. I was like, all right, word. I was like, if you like it, I'll redo it, make it sound better, and you know, do the whole thing. And I'm glad I did, man, because that shit's fun. And that one kind of reminded me, like, I guess I could. I
Let
guess I
me
could kind of.
rhyme.
Yeah, I guess I could
Mhm.
kind of do this a little bit, and people liked it. You know, people liked it a lot, and he liked it. You know, so it made me feel good because I respect him as an MC. He's a good dude too, man. We built a friendship since then, and so that was kind of like my first blush back at it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I didn't think it was going to turn into anything, to be honest with you. But and then I can't remember which one came third. I think maybe I did Strength in Numbers. Maybe I think that was the one. I think I just said fuck it and dove right in. I either did Strength in Numbers or I did uh Holy Hands with this dude
Uh,
Back Pain. Yeah.
General back pain. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and
Inglewood.
he
Yeah.
got some dope flow. Yeah, Inglewood, just right around the corner from where I'm at right now. And you know, we kind of had a little falling out for some stupid ass reason. No drama, just I think he didn't get my humor. I said something to him and I haven't really talked to him since. Uh
Uh,
Whatever. um but no, that album was all right too. I had fun doing it. I didn't know who he was, to be honest with you.
mhm.
I never heard of him until I got put onto him by someone that was representing him. Um, and those 2 people that I dealt with were really nice people. So I said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? And they kind of set the table. They paid for everything, and they put they did the album, they put the CDs out, and I can't remember how much money they gave me, but they took care. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, goddamn, you got every goddamn thing.
Shout out to Respect Due Records. That's
Yeah,
Nick
respect
and
due,
Sharon.
man. Nick and Sharon. Exactly. There you go. So yeah, no, they're good people, man. So I said, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. And it came out dope. I think the beats were fly, everything was dope. We had I had a verse on there and he scraped me off. He took me off the song. And I was like, yo,
Mhm.
why you do that? And he was like, oh, I wanted to get my homies on it, or it just didn't flow or something. I was like, all right, that's all good, man. You know, ain't no thing. And I wasn't even tripping on it. I was like, that's cool. Because I still wasn't on my rhyming shit. I didn't really give a fuck. But
Mhm.
there was a something happened with we were supposed to get Mav on there from the cloth. And he sent the stems over, but he sent them MP3. So I was like, nah, man, I can't use these. The shit,
Need a wave.
I need a wave. Yeah. And then just the whole thing got fucked up and we weren't able to put him on the song. So I think maybe that might have been the reason why he got a little uptight.
Uh,
Um, you know, for whatever reason. And again, I don't know what it really was. And to be honest, I don't really give a fuck anymore. That was a long time ago. I fucking definitely moved on. And I know he has too. Is water under the bridge for me. I don't really give a shit. Um, but yeah, that was a good one. They're good people, respect due, fucking really chill people. Um, and then I moved on. I think I did. I can't remember if I did because I was doing a lot of little one-off singles and shit too. Like I was just giving beats to making beats for people, and I did
yeah.
this one called Duck Season for my homie Fast Life and Manhattan.
Yep.
That joint went crazy. I like that one a lot. It's real gutter, dude. Real gutter. They shot a dope video for it. Everything looked pretty fly. I think I did. I think nah, that didn't happen yet. But I was working because after the season, me and Jay Royale were kind of chit chatting a lot. And he's another guy we had a little falling out for some whack bullshit reason that I'll tell you once we start getting down the timeline here. I think I did Fire on the Water after with Casablanca.
Oh, Casablanca.
Yeah, another really dope dude, another dope MC. That you literally got everything. That's dope, man. That's love right there. Appreciate it. He's really slept on, like criminally slept on. He's really dope. Like if you listen to his wordplay, like that fucking guy is like, I don't know if he takes like ayahuasca before he goes to the studio or what, man. That fucking guy, it sounds like he's talking to aliens and shit. Yeah, like that dude could communicate with extraterrestrials and shit. I guarantee it. And the beats, I did the same thing that I did for Ito with him, because I was like, nah, this dude's pattern's crazy. I gotta do some like halftime, eighth time shit so he could like get his shit off. You know what I mean? So he's not having to like 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to put handcuffs on him. I wanted him to be able to like let that shit breathe and then come back to it. You know what I mean? So shit, actually, you know, it's funny. I listened to that album the other day. I was at the gym. I was like, let me revisit this shit. And I was like, yep, this one's fire. And again, he let me jump on there. I got a verse off and I think it sounded all right. But you could start hearing the progression, because secretly I was writing again. I was like, fucking on my off time, I'd just be whatever, you know. So I'd hear something that would spark something. I'd be like, all right, let me just write that down real quick and whatever. And then I would always record myself over a beat just to like hear how it would sound, just to see if I had to change the pattern of the drum or change the bass line, or, you know, excuse me, I was trying to set the person that I was working with, set him up for a victory. So I was doing all the, you know, research and development work in the studio on my own, recording myself, recording my verses. And sometimes I would send them like reference tracks and I'd be like, oh, fuck, sorry, I left my verse on there. They're like, nah, that's going to stay on there. So I'm like, all right, dope. We'll rock with it then. So, yeah, me and him got to reconnect again, dude. Cause I think I've gotten, my production has definitely gotten a lot crisper since then. And I know he's gotten better, and we could probably do something real dope. And there's another guy that I want to collaborate with him. They got like similar styles. This dude, his name is Vegas 7 the Ronin. If you never heard of him,
Vegas 7 the Ronin.
Man, this guy, he's fucking dope, dude. I don't get really like, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't get impressed by people. I mean, there's a lot of really dope MCs out there. Don't get me wrong. A lot of really dope producers. But this guy, I'm telling you right now, he's going places, man. This guy is nuts. His wordplay is crazy. The tone of his voice is really dope. The shit that he's talking about is just like, again, he's another one of them dudes who's like taking ayahuasca before he goes to the fucking studio, man. He has to be putting like fucking acid tabs like in his bandana like Carlos Santana and shit, man. He has to be doing something, because he's on a whole other galaxy, man. And it sounds dope. It's not like lyrical, miracle, spiritual bullshit. Like it's fly. I'll send you, he just put out an album not too long ago. I'll send it to your Instagram and let you check it out.
All right.
But no, back to the kind of the timeline. So I did the Fire on the Waters. And I think right after that I did the Strength in Numbers with Rob De Niro.
Rob De Niro.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He's another dope producer.
He's really dope, man. Like he's a complete opposite of me. Like his shit's real dusty, in the pocket. You know, the drums ain't busting out and fucking kicking you in the chest, but they're there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like the samples that he chooses to flip are dope. You know what I mean? He did an Eagles sample. He flipped the Eagles song, and this shit came out crazy, dude. And it's that whole thing, the way it came together was kind of funny, because he actually just hit me up looking for some scratches on one of his songs, and we just started chopping it up, building a relationship, and we just started talking about it. He was like, let's do a little project. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we started working on it. And, it took a little while because he was busy, I was busy, this and that. So it took like a year to get together. And it's funny because you could literally hear, because I started the project a year in advance and I didn't finish it until like a year later. And you could almost hear it. So the very first song, the very first verse was the first thing I did. And then a year later, I finished the album. And you could, I swear to God, man. I mean, I know it's super distinct for me. Like it's almost like fucking night and day. Someone flips a switch. The quality of the verses, the tone, everything just got immensely better. It's almost like I should have just went back and fucking redid that first verse, but I'm not gonna say I was lazy, but I was just like, I got to get this done. We've been fucking talking about doing this shit for a year, so I got a wild hair up my ass, and I just knocked it all out in one day. I had all the songs. I said, fuck it, I just recorded everything, and
Now I
after
gotta
I
go
got it,
listen to that again.
you're gonna hear it. It's the very first verse on the very first song, and then after you get through, the very second verse is like, oh shit, it just punches in. Another fun record. It was well received. Copenhagen, yeah, beautiful, man. You're crazy. You're fucking. You're like, what's that fucker's name? Nardvar.
Narwhal?
Yeah, Narguar. Yeah. You're gonna put if you pull out a fucking high school picture of me or some shit, dude. I'm telling you what. Like, so what's that emo band that you're in? You got a picture of me with my hair like that, dog? I'm fucking. I owe you some shit. But nah, that was another fun one. Again, a good dude. Actually, just talked to him not too long ago. And he fucks with a lot of really young, dope, talented motherfuckers. The Umbrella guys. Those guys are really dope.
Yep.
Actually, I got Mickey Diamonds on my new Vulgar display. Killed it. His verse is crazy. You guys are gonna love it. Strength in Numbers. And then I started doing a lot more. Then I had a lot of singles coming out. I did the MOP. I did the MOP joint. Yeah, the MOP one that went crazy. That kind of got me into that other caliber. You know what I mean? Now I started messing with like, OGs, people who've been around 30 years or whatever, and that kind of started opening up different little lanes. My music now was getting played on Shade 45 and it was fun, man. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. This is what it feels like to have your shit on the radio again. And it was cool. And it was actually being played by people who I respect, you know what I mean? And it was dope to see that. So foot was back on the gas pedal. And I think I did shit. I think I did Write It in Blood, I think with Milano.
Actually before that, Sleep Sinatra, the Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, I did Peacemaker even before Strength in Numbers. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Yep, that was a fun one too. Sleep's a really dope MC. He's really different. He's like Common and fucking he got that fucking like knowledge and wisdom, but like gutter at the same time. You know what I mean? Like he kind of got the kind of the nice little combination there. And he's a nice dude. You know what I mean? Him had a good relationship. We don't really talk too much no more like how we used to. I think he had some shit going on in his life or, personal shit going on or whatever. But shit happens, man. Life goes on. Music is, like I said, is the last thing we do. And I know he's probably on that same wave because I know he got a family and shit like that. So, people go through things, man. And
yeah,
life don't stop. It just keeps going. And sometimes you feel like you get left behind and you playing catch up, because every time you look on Instagram, every fucking swinging dick in the world, new albums coming out. Great. Fantastic, man. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I got to go to work in the morning. I don't got time to pretend like all I do is music. like you do, because I know for a fact you got to get your motherfucking ass up and go to work somewhere. So stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop pretending like you're getting money off this rap shit, because you ain't. But anyway, yeah, we did that one. That was a dope one. The artwork really dope. I think that was the first. No, that wasn't the first one. The season was the first one that I started using. Greg, the
Yeah.
graphic designer. Yeah, done a lot of work with him. A lot of different one-off singles, and I did some singles that were like XP the Marksman, Guy Grams, Enox, Born Unique. Shout out to Born Unique. He's fucking sitting down right now, but I got you, G. We started working on a fucking project a long time ago. He got pinched. He's sitting in the fucking he's sitting in the clink right now, but I'm gonna put everything together. It's gonna be dope. People are gonna like the album. It's gonna be nice. Pardon if Bugsy hears this, he's gonna be like, this motherfucker was supposed to get that shit together a month ago. I got it. I got everything ready. I just gotta send the stems. People are gonna like it. Really dope. Born Unique, super talented. Really dope MC.
Dope, yeah.
But anyway,
I've been wondering
man,
why he's been quiet.
Yeah, well, he's locked up, man. Yeah, he's sitting down right now. So,
I think that's what happened to Sleep not too long ago, because I know he's
yeah, I think he got into some trouble too. But yeah, going back to kind of the timeline, I don't think I waited that long after Strength in Numbers to do Riding in Blood. I can't remember if I put anything out in between that. Nothing's ringing a bell. But that album, I think that was it. I think I went from Strength in Numbers to Riding in Blood. I worked hard on that, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably worked harder on that than anything else that I've done so far. Simply because Milano is an absolute monster.
So you had to.
I had to, man. I had to. I knew he was gonna dance on me, Ben. I knew he was gonna come with his shit. But I didn't want to get completely, blown out the gym. I wanted it to be like, yeah, that was a good fight. Even though homie lost, that's still a good fight. And some might say I got him. Me and him talk about this shit all the time because we're gonna do a part 2. He's like, nah, King, you did your thing on that. And I know he's being humble, but I know in the background he's like, yeah, I smoked you, but don't even trip because you did your thing. You don't even rap, and you rapped your fucking ass off on that thing. Yeah. And I produced it. You know what I mean? And it came out dope. And the only thing that I heard negative about that was there's too much scratching on it. I was like, yeah, no shit. We did it like that. We wanted it like that. We wanted to do a straight fucking side B track 7 album all the way through. We didn't want to have no poppy shit. We wanted it to be fucking, for the streets, for the hardcore hip hop fans. You know what I mean? And yeah, and that's what I wanted to do, and we did it. And the people who appreciated it, and he hit me up on FaceTime one time. He's in the DITC studios. Showbiz is there, Buck Wild's there. They're legendary dudes, man. And I was sitting there going, damn, this is crazy. These dudes are listening to my album. Primo loved it. Primo was playing it nonstop. That was a win for me. I didn't give a fuck what anybody was saying about the album after that. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Primo loves it. Showbiz loves it. Where you guys going? All right. When you guys coming back? 9:30. Oh, all right. Word. All right, bro. I love you, man. Sorry, my family's boning out right now. You don't have any? I don't have any money, babe. All I got is my card. My little 13-year-old hit me up for money. They're going to the skating rink right now. I used to go to the skating rink all the time. That's shit. BodyBagBen at 13, 14 years old. That was me in training.
That was you.
That's where all the breakdancing shit was happening. That's where all the fucking the freestyle shit was happening. we had a little skating rink where every Friday, every Saturday, that shit was jumping. So it's cool to see the kids still going back and doing their thing. But now with the Milano thing, that was like a pivotal moment for me, man, because I was like, I could do this, man. I think I could do it. And at the time, I had started building a relationship with Chino XL, who to me is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. Period. End of story. Like that comment, agree with it or not, it don't matter. That guy is beyond. He's another guy who's doing ayahuasca. I'm fucking sure of it. He hit me up. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, that album is incredible. You did your thing. You're a lyricist. You are a lyricist. Don't sell yourself short, bro. You could do it, and you did it. So once he put the battery in my back, once he put the battery in my back, I was good. Oh, they're just right there, babe. So yeah, no, I was like ready to go, man. I was full charge after that. And then what did I do after that? I think shit, what did I do? Fuck, I don't think I did anything for a minute after that. I think I was just putting out I did a couple instrumentals. I put out a couple instrumental albums. I did God's Country. And then, all right, so fast forward a little bit. Then we did Hide the Body Bag, right? So peace to Rick Hyde. That's my man. We're trying to figure out what Hide the Body Bag 2 looks like, and how we're gonna do it, and who's gonna do it, and all that, because people don't rap for free anymore, and I'm not really in the business of paying people $10,000 to rhyme on my shit, and we can figure out how to get paid together. You know what I mean? Yep. So we did that. I liked the way it came together, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was stressed the fuck out over it because like 9 months went by, and I think that's why it took so long, because we were supposed to do it early, because we started talking about it in November the year before. The shit came out in August. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how many months that is. It has to be about 9-10 months, almost a year, right? And so I'm stressing out about it. I'm like, man, how long does it take to do fucking 5 fucking verses, for the love of God? You know what I mean? And I know the dudes was, getting his shit together. The BSF thing just kind of started breaking loose, and Benny was doing his thing, and they're touring and doing this and doing that. Everyone got busy, and then COVID fucked everything up. And so I understand, shit got crazy. It was really weird fucking time in everybody's life, man. It was interesting to say the least. But we did it. He came to LA. He came to the studio. We smoked like fucking 5 pounds of weed, drank a whole bunch of tequila, drank a shit ton of beer, and wrote and recorded everything on the spot right there. Just banged it out. And it was crazy. And I don't even know how we got through it, because when I say we literally smoked like 5 pounds of weed, I'm not even exaggerating. It was probably like at least 2. This dude came to the studio with a bag of this like purple, icy, fucking just insane looking weed, put it down on the table and said, you guys go for it. I was like, shit, yeah, we must have smoked about 100 joints a piece, man. It was nuts. And I don't really smoke that much, so I was fucking, I felt like shit. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I had to sleep in my car. I couldn't drive home, man. I fucking got so fucked up. I stayed and crashed out in my car and drove home in the morning. Yeah, it was bad. But we got through it. We did the album. It came out dope. People seemed to like it. And that was kind of like another some more self-assurance for myself, I think, because now I'm rapping with dudes who I don't want to say that are like on my level, but like I'm rapping with my peers now. You know what I mean? To me, Milano is a legend. Ricky Hyde's my peer. You know, sure, he's fucking touring, he's got diamonds on, he's doing this, he's doing that. Ricky was my peer, you know what I mean? And it was dope to do that with him. And we built a good relationship too, man. He's a really good guy. And he brought his people out with him too, man. Really, really cool guys.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Them Buffalo guys they're cool. I don't even know what came after that, man. It had to be shit. Jay Roy
I think you.
Jay Cyanide. Enough to plague a saint. I'm gonna tell you something, man. And I've said it before. I've done
Yep.
a lot of interviews. That guy right there is a fucking really nice guy, man. Just a genuinely nice dude. No bullshit with him. No fucking ego. No weird rapper shit.
Nah, he's cool though.
He's just a cool guy, man. You know, I think he's just another one of them dudes that does music. He's a hustler. You know, that guy's everywhere. That guy makes it happen for himself. You know what I mean? And I respect that because that's what I do. You know, I go get it, man. I go get that shit. No one's handing me anything. All those albums that you got, everything, I did that, man. I made that happen. And he's the same way. And
Yeah.
you know, putting that together with him, I wanted to do something a little bit different. You know, I wanted because he's like B-boy. He's like from that kind of cloth. You know what I mean? When I think about MCs, he's like, we do it in the park, we do it in the dark. You know what I mean? He reminds me of that type of shit. So I was like, how can we do that? Right? How can we do it in the park, do it in the dark type shit, clap your hands, everybody type shit, but also make it sound updated, gutter, grimy, dusty, all the shit that everyone wants to hear. And I think we did it, man. I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it. That album got really good reviews, really good response. And I'm proud. I'm definitely proud of it, man. I was able to get 2 verses on that. I had fun. Those 2 verses are, in my opinion, probably some of my better ones because I was so into the project, man. I really wanted to make it sound good, you know. And yeah, shout out to Jay Cyanide, man. We're gonna do a part 2 too, so it's gonna be hard to beat part 1, but we're gonna fucking try our best, man. And then the cannabis thing, and then I did cannabis. I did
Crazy
kaiju.
lineup.
Yeah, that one came out good. Proud of it. It was nice to build with this. Had a lot of interesting conversations with him, man. He has a really cool, interesting point of view on life and his story, man, is really cool. So after talking with him and building that relationship for him, it was crystal clear what I needed to do. So I sat back. They gave me a deadline. The homie M80, he goes, yo, I need 20 beats in 2 weeks. So I got you. So I sent him 32 in 9 days. All brand new from scratch. Specifically made for cannabis. Cannabis said it was one of the hardest things he had to do was narrow it down because he liked them all. He loved them all. So he picked the ones that he picked. They put it together. I don't get hung up on anything. I didn't name any of them. I didn't arrange it. I just said, here you go. Go crazy. Use whatever ones you want. Name it whatever you want. You know, put it however you want to line it up like that. They came up with the track name. They did the artwork. They did everything. All I said was like, I want a verse. I bullied my way onto that album. He goes, yo, he goes, you're like rapping on that. Like you're like rapping on that. I go, I was like, I had to, man. I had to. I'm a fucking cannabis record. I had to. So that was fun, man. And then that was at the end of last year, you know, Christmas time, we put that out. And then I took, you know, I gave myself a little 2-week break, 3-week break or whatever it was. And I'm sitting there, I'm twiddling my thumbs. I go, what next? What am I going to do next? I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna put something out on my own. So in 2 weeks, I made all the beats to Vulgar Display. I wrote all the runs. I recorded it, and I sent it to get mixed and mastered. And everything was done in like 3 weeks. And then I talked to Fat Beats. We picked the date, put it out. Boom. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Like 2 days before it was gonna come out, I'm sitting there with my girlfriend. I'm sitting there with one of my homies, and I don't think people are gonna really. I don't think people are gonna really fuck with it. It's just gonna be like a passing train. I'm like, choom, all right, when's the next one getting here? You know what I mean? It so far it's been everything but that.
Yeah.
It's been everything but that, man. I've been getting a lot of love, a lot of fucking legendary people hit me up. Dude, I had Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys. The fucking Beastie Boys hit me up going, bro, that album is crazy. I fuck with you. Affiliated goes crazy. Salute. Okay, Mixmaster Mike, thank you. You know what I mean? I mean, this shit's wild, bro. And, you know, it's been getting played all over the place, man. Played on Shade 45, Static Selector. I mean, just Tony Toka. I mean, just you name it, man. Primo. It's been a blessing, dude, to say the least. And that's like the nucleus of what I was trying to get to. So I wanted to go through that whole timeline with you, and I know I got a little off into the weeds, but it brings me back to my original feeling. The confidence is back.
Mm-hmm.
It took a long time to get it back, but it's back. I feel good where I'm at. I feel good where I'm at in my life. I feel good where I'm at in my relationship with my woman, with my kids, my family, my financials, my physical health, my mental health. Everything's aligned right now. Right now is the time. I have some homies, oh man, I knew 20 years ago. No. 20 years ago, I wasn't ready, man. I was still cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time. I'm ready now. You know what I mean? So 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do Vulgar Display. It just wasn't in the cards because I wasn't there yet. It wasn't ready. I wasn't there yet. So I needed to go through all that stuff. The ups, the downs, the good, the bad, all that shit. The ugly, everything. To get to the point where I was like, the confidence is back. I'm gonna do this record. And like I said, man, so far people really like it. And people say that it's some of the best shit they heard this year. Some say it's the best shit they've heard. Some say, I've been hearing a lot of good, positive stuff, man. So, it feels good to be able to, thank you, man. It feels good to have my name attached to something that's me. It's me. I did it all. I had a couple features on there. I wanted to really make it about myself, as egotistical as that sounds. It's like going and getting a manicure or a pedicure. You know what I mean? I got to go do something for myself. That's kind of like what that was, man. I'm going to go get a little massage or something. Dad needs to go get a frozen yogurt. I'll be back. That's kind of what that was, man. I just needed to do something for myself to feel something. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what I needed to feel, but I just needed to get it off me. And yeah, man, I think it was the right time. Just everything clicked on it, and I'm fucking proud of it. And part 2 is going to be just as crazy. I'm already working on part 3. I want to do at least 5 of them this year. That's the goal. That's the goal.
And with you saying that, how you explained on was it I think it was on integrity, and then to strengthen numbers, how you had a progression, and then on strength in numbers, how you said listen to the intro, and then the rest of the album. The way you spoke of that progression is how I saw your progression from strength in numbers to writing in blood to Vulgar Display. I'm like, he's definitely been working on his pen game even more than how it was in the past. And
I
then
appreciate that, man. Yeah,
how everything comes together. It reminds me of a few years ago when I spoke to you, and you were saying that, just wait, I got things coming, and then here you are now in 2022.
I wasn't lying. At least I'm not a liar. It was all part of the plan. It took a little while, but like I said, I had to go through it. I didn't want to go straight from freshmen to the pros.
Hmm.
I had to finish the whole thing. I had to let that dial go all the way around. Um, and I'm glad I did. I picked up a lot of shit on the way, things that are invaluable to someone who's coming up. I tell a lot of people all the time, man, why would you want to go from A to Z and skip everything in between? It's all the in between shit that makes that, like, that gives you all the sustenance that you need. Like, why do you want to go from the beginning to the end? Now you're at the end. Now there's nothing there's nothing left.
That else.
Yeah, there's nothing else. So I think you know having the vision back then, and doing it, and bringing it to life, and you know that I think that shows a lot of character, man. When people do the things that they say they're gonna do, um because there's not a lot of people in the world that do that anymore, man. There's a lot of people that say they're gonna do something, they don't do it. And
Yeah.
it's I'm not like that. Like with my kids and my family, and if I say I'm gonna do something, they could count on me to do it. And I want to take those same lessons that I've learned from a kid, that my father taught me, how to be a man and just be a good person, and instill that into my music, what I mean, and my artistry. So when people deal with me, they know what they're going to get out of me. They're going to get an honest answer, they're going to get hard work, and they're going to get a quality product. And those are the things that I stand on.
Dope, man. And that's that hard work. No, I give you credit, because if you decided at one of those points in your life in the past that when you stop doing it, I'm not going to do this again, you wouldn't have all this dope music that you put out right now. Because a lot of people, once they put it down, it never happens again. And then
Yeah,
it'll be one of those people that, well, this person has all these skills, and then what happened to them? They
yeah.
lost their drive and it never came back.
It's really easy in life, not just music, but just in life in general, to try and compare yourself to other people. Well, why not me? Why him? Why this? Why that? It's easy to quit. It's easy to not work. It's easy to not
Mhm.
show up. Those things are easy to do. It's fucking hard to show up and do the work. It's hard to carve out your own piece. It's hard to stay the path, even if that path is just full of potholes and fucking broken glass and nails and this and that and every kind of obstacle, the fucking alligator coming out of a moat. What I mean? Every kind of obstacle you could imagine. It's hard to stay the path, but it feels really fucking good knowing that you got there on your own, and you did
Yeah.
it on your own. And I'm not saying that me attaching my name to some of these artists didn't help me, because of course it did. But that was a part of the plan too. And if you've ever talked to these guys, you think they do it for free? You think Ito did that album for free? You think Milano did that album for free? No. I had to play and pay, pay to play. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I get a lot of people all the time. Hey, I got these beats. Can I send you beats? Could you rhyme on my beat? And respectfully, and it's not me being a fucking asshole. All right, I'm gonna just put it as crystal clear as I can. If I did that for free, off strength, everything, all the time off strength, I'm setting those people up for failure, because that's not the reality of the world that we live in. And that's not the reality of this business. That's not the reality even of this little underground hip hop scene that we're in. You want something, you got to work hard for it, and you got to offer something. And if someone does want to do it for you for free, then that's fantastic. But it's not gonna happen that way. I'm just telling you that right off the bat.
That's reality. Yep.
You know what I mean? So when I say I did it on my own, I'm the one that got up at 4 a.m. every day, drove an hour and a half to work, worked 10 hours, drove 2 hours back to earn that money, to pay these fools for these verses and shit, to pay for artwork, to pay for studio equipment, to pay for mastering, mixing, this and that. Everything costs money. To put out an album costs like $7,000, man, or maybe even more than that. If you do something big with a big artist, it's gonna cost you at least 10, at least. And are you gonna see your money back? I don't know. Maybe. It all depends on how you do it. You know, if you got a good promo, you got to spend money on promo. You got a good A&R guy, you got to spend money on that. You want to get your shit played? Guess what? The DJ wants money too. Not all of them, you know, Primo and Static Selector and those guys, and Tony Toka, and you know, those guys just play it because, you know, they love it. DJ Clips, you know, Rap is Out of Control. Those guys, they play it because they love finding dope shit. But you know, some of these other guys, nah, you got to grease the wheels, man. And you know, I think kind of where I was going with that is, if you don't have your real life in order first, the music shit's not going to happen. If you got stars in your eyes and you think that your talent is going to be enough to push you over the edge, guess what? I hate to break it to you, man. And there's a lot of really talented motherfuckers that are never going to make it because they don't have the financial support. They don't have they don't have no kind of support system behind them, period. And all they got is talent. And they'll be a really dope rapper in their little area, or a really dope producer in their area, and that's it. And I didn't want to do that again. So I said, fuck it. I worked hard, and this is going to trip you out even more. So before I even came out with the season, I knew this was going to cost me money. So I worked and I saved for about 2 years. And this was before I met my lady. And I just was saving money. Just like, fuck it, I'm going to need it someday for something. And I mean, I've always saved money, but this time I was like exceptionally, I was putting away, I gave myself every week like $50 just to live off of. And you know what I mean? Just like bare minimum type shit. And so when it was time, I was flush. I had money to spend. So when fools were like, oh, I need 200 for a verse, boom, you got it. I need 400, boom, let's go. So people knew that I wasn't fucking around. You know, they knew, oh, man, no, this dude's he's about his business. So that was the first thing people knew about me, was I wasn't just talking shit. I was coming with a dope product, and I was coming correct. I was about my business. And so that really was like the first story that was being told about me. Like, yo, no, this dude's coming correct. He's about it. So that's kind of what I mean by doing it by myself, man. You know, attaching your name to someone, that's just, people been doing that since day one, right? Nas, Live at the Barbecue, you know, a Large Professor, Snoop with Dre, and, you know, so on and so forth, man. And that's just something that people been doing forever. There's no shame in that. But coming correct, have something to offer, and being a man of your word, that's something that not everybody possesses.
Yeah. These are true words of wisdom that you letting people know about. Because I mean, it's life. I mean, it's more
People
than just
got
music.
yeah.
And I
People
don't
got to
think a lot of
focus
people
on their life first, man. They got to get their life in order first, and then chase your dream.
Yeah.
Get your life straight first, and then chase your dream. Especially for the, you know, I'm not preaching anybody, man. I'm not telling anybody that there's any one way to do it, because sometimes lightning strikes and motherfuckers get lucky, right? Motherfuckers win the lottery every day. But when you're doing music is probably one of the hardest industries to get into and to make money and to have like a lucrative situation, because everybody and their mother is a rapper. Wants to do that, wants to get that rap money, and they see the bullshit on TV, and even if it, oh, this fucking guy's wearing $700 shoes, that shit is smoke and mirrors, man. Like, there's probably like 10 motherfuckers that really got money like that. And that's because they don't do music anymore. They own businesses. Like Rick Ross owns like 100 fucking wing stops or some shit. That's why he's rich.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you spoke about Chino Excel, but we didn't talk about that Vanilla Sky track from last year.
Yeah, man. I love that one. It's funny, I was reading the comments and people hated it. Some people hated it. I don't know. Yeah, this beat sucks. Fucking this shit's trash. And me and Chino were laughing about it. He goes, "Why are you reading that bullshit? These are the same motherfuckers that don't know, can't distinguish up from down or left from right." He goes, "Fuck them." He goes, "And you know the sad part about that is they're gonna buy the album and they're gonna listen to that song and they're gonna fucking show it to their friends. They're gonna talk about it, and that's how life goes in Chino XL land." He goes, "Motherfuckers are always talking shit, but guess what? They still buy it." I was just like, man, that's funny, dude. And but I'm gonna tell you something, man. The album, insanity, pure insanity. I'm telling you right now, dude. I can't wait to show people this record, man. It's like, I've been proud of everything that I've done, and this though is definitely the cherry on top, man. Like, with the icing on the cherry, shit. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts, man. Chino, the fact that I'm able to work with him, because, like I said, I think he's the illest lyricist of all time. The fact that he lives down the street from where I live, the fact that we've created a brotherhood, a friendship out of this. He actually just texted me when we were talking. It's surreal to me, you know what I mean? Because this is someone I grew up listening to 26 years ago, Here to Save You All. 26 years ago. Fuck, how old was I 26 years? I was a kid. I was like 14 or some shit. I had to be older than that. But anyway, still as a youngster, I heard that album. What is going on? Just the intro got me. I write the songs like Barry Manilow, like my Sugar Brown, like Hugh Grant, fuck D'Angelo. I'm like, oh man, this guy's nuts. What? You know what I mean? So that shit just like stuck with me, man. And so the fact that I got to collaborate with him, build something special, I have my name attached to something that has his name on it, man. I'm good, man. If it all ended after that, I'm good. I'm happy, man. Like, he's my Dr. Dre. He's my Tupac. He's my Biggie. You know what I mean? Like, that dude, to me personally, like I said, I know a lot of people go, "Oh, fuck you," and so don't matter what you say. To me, he's the one, man. That motherfucker's Neo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude's just a monster, man. So the fact that we were able to do what we did, and you'll see it, you're gonna hear it, and you'll come to your own conclusion. It's gonna be one of those Chino albums that people are gonna be saying, "Yo, this is like top 3 Chino album of all time." And he'd probably chime in right now and be like, he'd say something, but in low key, he'd be like, "Ben, he's probably right. He's probably right." Because it's the shit that you've always wanted to hear him on. You know what I mean? Like, imagine him rapping on Wu-Tang beats, Mobb Deep beats, Primo type beat. That's what we did. That's exactly what we did. Gave him that real gutter, that grimy, nasty shit. Because, Chino's an entertainer. Chino's an entertainer. He never pigeonholed himself. You know what I mean? He got into acting. He lived in Miami. I'm fucking guy has songs with Pitbull and shit, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? Like, The guy's been all over the place, and he's made all types of different music that people will be like, "What the fuck? This shit's whack." Don't matter. It's still Chino XL. You know what I mean? And so we took it back to the roots, man. And it's gonna fuck your head up. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Oh man.
And we got some crazy features on there, man. We got some legends on there. I'll just say it. Fuck it. It's gonna be coming out anyway, so I'm sure he won't care if I speak on it. We got Etho on there. I was lucky enough to sneak on there. I got a verse. I might go back and redo it, but we'll see. We got Milano Constantine. We got Huss Kingpin.
Oh.
And we got Sauce Money.
Oh man. Sauce Money.
Sauce Money. When have you ever heard a Sauce Money Chino XL song? I'll wait. Never. I got the only one.
Oh.
So it's gonna be dope.
Damn.
And the beat's insane. So yeah, man, it's gonna be one of those type of albums. So I'm definitely really excited about it, and can't wait for everybody to hear it. I got an album coming out with Planet Asia. It's funny, Planet Asia just started a live video. His ears must have been ringing. Another really dope album. We got fuck it, I'll just say it. We got Snoop Dogg on there.
Wow.
Yeah, got fucking Snoop Dogg feature on there. I don't know, man. Like this, trust me, the shit's surreal to me too, man. So we just, like I said, man, I'm happy to be alive every day and see this shit unravel the way it unravels. And I think people are gonna go crazy on that one too. And then of course I'm doing some more cannabis albums, after hearing the positive outroar of the fans. It was only right that we came back and did a part 2, potentially part 3. So yeah. Dope. And then plus, all the vulgar displays. I'm going to try to do 5 of them. So
absolutely dope.
Yeah, man.
And
so
shout out Casablanca. He's been tuning in since the beginning tonight.
Yeah, man. My man Casa, dude. That's my man. That's my bro right there. I got you, G. I love working with you. You're a good brother. We're gonna do part 2, man. Fire on the Waters part 2. It's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Man, you just continue to elevate yourself, and
I'm trying, brother.
Much respect, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just trying to, like I said, dude. I think I'm just at a point in my life right now where everything's going good. You know what I mean? Like I said, the health is good, my wealth is good, my mental's good, my physical's good. I got the love of a woman. I mean, I can't be stopped. You know what I mean? I can't be stopped right now. All the things that matter, that should matter to people, for me, are going perfect.
Yeah.
That's why the music shit's I'm able to just do it, and it's flowing, and it sounds the way it sounds, because I'm just in a really good place, man, in my life. So That's what's up.
That's dope, man. And before we go, we can't let you go without talking about Oxnard, because Loot Pack, Kazi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man.
Shout out Kazi, dude. That's a really good bro right there. A lot of talented people coming out of Oxnard, man. My homie Mark Ford, really dope MC, really dope producer, really dope videographer. And then there's a lot of other guys, man. Inzam. Of course, you got the legends. You got, Loop, Mad Lib. You got, Jay the Wild Child. Loot Pack.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And of course, you got the mainstream cats. You got Anderson Paak.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of really dope like punk rock bands that came out of Ventura. A lot of really good like reggae shit that came out of Ventura. Oxnard. It's a really like eclectic musical town. You know what I'm saying? So being born there, being raised there, pulling all types of inspiration from all these different genres of music. You could hear it in my shit, man. You could definitely hear it in my production and hear it, just in my everyday kind of living. I don't pigeonhole myself into one train of thought and just live that way. That's not me. I definitely am lucky to be where I'm from at the time I was there, because it was really it was just a melting pot, bro. It was just a melting pot. I had a lot of different friends from a lot of different backgrounds, all different races and creeds and this and that and this and that. So being able to absorb all that was definitely essential early on, for sure.
That's great. hmm Perfect way. Perfect way to end this interview.
Yes, sir.
BodyBagBen, thank you so
My
much.
my bro. I appreciate you, man. And anytime you need anything, bro, you want to do this again, I'm ready. You've been fuck with me since day one, dude, and that's love right there, man. I really tip my cat off to you for just being a good brother, being the support, showing love, spreading the word, sharing the music, and being a part of it. You know what I mean? You're just as much as a part of it as I am. You know what I mean? And I salute you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, man. And it's great to see an artist, when you discover them at an early point, and then just to see them to blossom the way you have, it's almost like seeing a child, coming up
Yeah,
and
for sure.
making them.
Where you call home, bro? Where you at right now?
I'm in New Jersey right now, but born in
Jersey.
Staten Island.
I'm gonna tell you what, we're at the tail end of this pandemic. Once we start doing it, putting shit together, we're gonna come out, man. We're gonna do Jersey. You're gonna come out. I'm gonna take care of you.
Respect, man.
That's my word. You're gonna hold me on that. We're gonna make it happen, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Definitely look forward to that.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. I feel it. I feel it.
And as always, let the people know where they can reach out to you and
Yeah,
support
man.
your music.
So just type in BodyBagBen, just in fucking Google or Chrome or Firefox, whatever you use. There's only one really good looking guy, man, that with that name. Look like a fucking homeless person, but yeah, I'm on there, man, and got a lot of shit out there. Music videos, content, whatever. Um, and if you've been listening, you could tell that I'm just a genuine person, man. If you want to hit me up, just chit chat, talk some shit, get at me. Hit me, shoot me a DM, or get at me at Twitter, whatever. And yeah, we'll just do it, man. I talk to people all the time. I take the time to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not above anybody. People want to talk, then I got 5 seconds. I can reply. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then there's some people that are weird, so if you're weird, fuck you. But if you're a regular person, then I'm with it. Hit me up. You know what I mean? Let's do that. But if you're a fucking weirdo, then I'm gonna treat you accordingly.
Yeah,
So yeah. So hit
absolutely.
me up. Let's talk.
Cool. And I just put your IG on there, and as well as the Bandcamp for those to
Yeah,
check out in
man.
the comments.
A lot of shit coming up. A lot of shit coming up, man. And I didn't even touch on all of it. There's probably got like 15 albums coming out this year. So it's just lot of content. And working with a lot of different people. You know what I mean? So I think people are going to really see me kind of start stretching my legs a little bit. You know what I mean? Start doing some different type of stuff. But
That's
all
dope.
in that same vein. It's going to sound like BodyBagBen, but it's going to be, a little bit of R&B. We're going to be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's going to be fly though. I think people will like it.
Dope. Dope.
So again, my brother, I salute you, man. And if you need anything, you know how to get at me, dude, and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Definitely. Thank
My
you so
brother.
much.
You bet,
On
man.
behalf of our HHDG Media crew, we're going to say peace.
Salute. Stay safe. Peace.